my Binti Love seekers. I'm your host, Binti Love. I am an entertainment reporter reporting on the news here in the DMV area and other. Take this time out right now and hit that subscription button down below. Okay, let's get into it, guys. I am reviewing Bet on Black, a book by Ebony K. Williams. Did I think this deserved 5 stars? I sure did. So I gave them just that. 5 out of 5 stars. Yep. Okay. Now, point number 1. Let me comment and say she is very funny without trying to be. Yeah, so she's very funny without trying to be. Here's a look at the book cover, Bet on Black, by Ebony K. Williams. And right up there is just Binti Love PodcasT book review. That's my card. I put in all the books that I review. Yes. So that is a look at her. Gorgeous, great tousled hair, a nice clean cut black turtleneck on, and great makeup on her face. Looks very natural though. Maybe it's just no makeup. Yeah, so she says, the good news about being Black in America today. Now again, point number 1, I just wanted to comment and say she is very funny without trying to be. Just how she words things is quite humorous at times. Especially when she talks about race issues and how she thinks other races might view her as being a Black woman. I felt was kind of funny sometimes. Yeah, so that's just my viewpoint. Some things, how she words things, it makes it humorous. Although, these are real topics here in America, there's a little humor in that. Okay. Now, moving on to point number 2. Let me report that I like her. I like Miss Ebony K. Williams. Now, some of you probably know that she was on the Real Housewives of New York that aired on Bravo television. She was on there for a few years. How many years? I don't know exactly. But it's the Real Housewives of New York, which I have done reviews on and still do reviews on today. Okay. Now, I just want to report on her sarcasm, sassy, strong way of putting things out there with her truths of how she sees things and does not care what others think about her. Yeah. Just being authentically, unapologetically her. I like that about her. Yeah. So she puts her truths out there the way she sees things, And I love that she does not care about, what other people might think about her. She just spoke her truth in this book. And, I thought it was great. Again, this review, I gave her 5 out of 5 stars. And so I definitely think it's a good read. And it's a very good read, and it's interesting. Now, point number 3, my criticism, after saying all that, is I think she needs to be around just some simple working class white people and see they are just as down home as most black people are. Because like when people have to punch a time clock at the local supermarket or retail store, their lives are more similar, and it's just more like a blending pot of good, simple, living people. Yeah. Yeah. So when she is like, okay, you know, go in just regular places and see how people just blended in the same work environments of just the basic American family situation, I think she'll realize, okay, people are more similar than not, because no one has time to be antagonistic or anything of that sort, because their lives are so parallel. Yeah. So that's my criticism. I think that maybe she needs to be more around just simple working class white people, and she might get a different viewpoint in general. It's just, allegedly, just my opinion. I'm just giving commentary here, and that's my criticism. Okay, moving on to point number 4. The MVP moment is her love for her mother and grandmother. Yeah, so her love for her mother and grandmother, you know, just how supportive she was of them and them of her. Uh, in the book, she talks about just how supportive she is of them and they are of her, like they are her team. So you gotta love the generational bond between women. Yes, the generational bond between women. You have to love it. Uh, Especially in a family unit. So hats off to you, Ebony K. Williams, for showing that in your book. Now, is this a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? Let's take a look and a listen. Okay, that's not going to be that. Let's move back on here. Okay. Is this a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? It is a teachable moment. A little technical difficulty there. Okay, so the teachable moment is that the Black culture is brilliant outside of sports. And I think the world knows that, but we need to highlight those moments and more highlights of the successes of Black women in general and the everyday functions of life and the working force on every level. So, she says bet on Black, but, I think that people don't realize that. I think people bet on athletes, they bet on other things, but they don't really bet on um, you know, just the working class women. The highlights of the successes of Black women in general and the everyday functions of life. Yeah. So I think that's the teachable moment. We need to highlight that. Okay, now, you know, and this is all alleged. I'm sure there's people that say, hey, we do support the everyday successes of Black women here in America. Which I'm not saying that they do not, but I don't think it's enough. Yeah. Now, point number 5, I love the title, Bet on Black. Bet on Black. I like that title. So good job again to Ebony K. Williams for that title. Because like I was saying, I question, do people ever bet on Black unless it is a boxing match, a football game, or a track match? So I like that she is an upper class Black woman, kind of saying, allegedly, bet on me, guys. Bet on me, guys. I'm an upper class Black woman here in America. Bet on me. I'm not a football player. I'm not in a football game, a boxing match. I'm not a woman running track. Yeah. But bet on me. See me as a winner too. In my opinion, that is the message she is giving. And I love that. Definitely love that. And that was point number 5, guys. Okay, so let bygones be bygones and let love be your guiding force, guys. And you can subscribe on and tell 10 people. Share the video and tell 10 people to subscribe to the podcast also. Again, it's the Binti Love Podcast, 5 points, 5-star review. And I'm your host, Binti Love. Yeah, and also, guys, you can get more information about my reviews and other reviews at www.bintilove.com. And you can Cash App me if you're like, I love these reviews that she's doing. I want to send her cash. Well, good news for you guys. You can Cash App me at $ Michelle, Bilove, at any time, guys. Okay, and again, let bygones be bygones. Let love be your guiding force. You're watching the Binti Love Podcast. Bye, guys.